Second brother, now you know the difference? Hong joked. Then hurry up and go train. Be it adding a layer to your domain, or breaking through from the Star Traveler level 9 to the Star level 1, whichever. Once accomplished, you will be able to surpass me in Luofeng. The boundaries were separated into 4 main levels. Foundations, Conception, Domain, World. Above that is the Undying Being. Every level was detailed and tedious. The domain alone had 9 layers. Several universe level or sector lord level warriors struggled on the 9 layers of domain. Every layer required a lot more work and had more difficulty. From the Star Traveler level 9 to break through to the Star level, the difficulty wasn't easier than going from level 1 to 9 itself. Not to mention the even more complicated domains. Thunder God rubbed his chin. Brother Hong, you've always suppressed me. Third brother is even more abnormal. At such a young age, he's caught up from far behind. This old face of mine is almost totally worthless now. Luofeng and Hong laughed. Hong's tactical communications watch suddenly vibrated. He checked it. Something came up at the dojo. Let's disperse for today. The Thunder Dragon Emperor has been killed. Let's go home. Thunder God waved and flew away immediately. Luofeng and Hong too separated, each returning to their homes. Flying above the continent of China, Luofeng surveyed below. He saw the degraded and destroyed cities, along with the scavenging and surviving monsters, and several fighters carefully training within the city. Seeing these fighters, Luofeng felt as though he was looking at his old self. Luofeng, Luofeng. Babata shouted excitedly. What's the matter? Why so happy? Luofeng's thoughts questioned. I've settled the auxiliary system. From now, the Black Dragon X-81 ship is in perfect condition. I just need one more day to install the auxiliary system in. Then, you will be able to take the Black Dragon ship and travel through the universe, roam about in the vast universe, and witness the countless races and clans. Babata was extremely excited. It had been too long. It had been trapped underground for too long. He longed to travel and venture in the universe again. We can travel through the universe and roam about in the universe? Luofeng was shocked, stopping mid-flight, floating in mid-air. Right. Babata said very excitedly. Luofeng couldn't help but feel hot blood rushing through his veins. A normal Earthling would be so excited at just the thought of reaching the moon that he or she would probably lose sleep that night. Much less, Luofeng now had the hopes of traveling and roaming about in the universe, visiting the countless human races in the universe. This feeling of excitement was something that was hard to suppress. Towards his home planet Earth, he definitely would miss it. But to occasionally visit the other planets in the universe was something that was exhilarating. Luofeng, the moment your Earth is discovered by the scout ships or other empires, that would mean trouble. That's why you need to quickly enter the universe. Only that way will you be able to ensure Earth's future survival. Babata was thinking of ways to coax Luofeng to quickly enter the universe to venture. Entering the universe, the most important thing is you need to open an account with the Universe Network. That way you can enter the Universe Virtual Network and communicate with the countless races. Babata said. To a living AI like Babata, the lure of entering the Universe Network couldn't compare to the real feeling of venturing into the universe. As long as you can reach a planet, open an account, you can return home right after that. Babata seemed anxious as he tried to coax him. Relax. Luofeng grinned. I'm definitely going. I'm so anxious I almost want to leave immediately. However, I just thought about it. My internal world probably has about a month or so to transform. When that happens, the power of the Golden Horn Beast would increase greatly. It's better to wait till after the transformation before leaving. 1 month? Oh, okay. Babata was somewhat helpless, but he still agreed. Universe? Luofeng stood high in the sky above the wilderness, gazing over the vast territory. His mind, however, had long ventured into the mysterious and vast space. Within the space in the universe, the Milky Way's renowned Void District. So, maintaining a shocking speed, flying through the Milky Way, a disc-shaped ship was constantly heading towards Earth and closing in. Within the ship, wearing a silver-gray battle uniform, a middle-aged, handsome man stood at the control board. At his side, a fit, tall and sturdy man, with some black facial hair, almost like a black gorilla with a height of about 2.2
There be a struggle within the family for the gains?
Captain,
Leaving only a
right
small
now the
reward
captain's
for the
family
captain?
and fleet have already reached
The handsome
void
middle-aged
district.
man snorted.
When the time comes,
Even though my
relationship with my grandfather is rather rigid, he isn't that kind of person. But this is a life planet. The black gorilla man said, without seeing this planet, we cannot determine its worth. But it is after all a planet that an invincible fighter used to own. Its worth is definitely more than a normal life planet. In front of such big rewards, even the closest blood brothers would begin killing each other. Captain, you need to be careful. The handsome middle-aged man looked at the black gorilla man, turning around to survey his other crew, revealing a smile. Attention all, no matter what, the rewards our squad will gain won't be small. After all, you are all buddies who've been through life and death with me. The crew all smiled. The moment we reach the life planet, we'll immediately begin sampling, gathering data. Just doing this would probably take a few days. The middle-aged man said, when that time comes, I can immediately enter the universe virtual network and look for a buyer. The family definitely won't be faster than me. Everything is within our hands. The middle-aged man smiled. The more benefits the family gives me, the more I will return the favor. My dear brothers, our earnings will definitely not be small. Immediately, there was cheering and laughter. Atuka, how much further do we have before we arrive at the life planet? The handsome middle-aged man asked. A child's image appeared on the screen. His clear voice sounded, Captain, 91 days before we arrive. Very good. The handsome middle-aged man smiled. A silver-gray scout ship was heading towards Earth. The end of September, China country, Jiangnan headquarters city, in the air 8,000 m up, a black huge ship floated. The ship, mid-level in the study room. Luo Feng stood quietly in the room, a wave of his hand. A small pile of dark red metal appeared on the floor surface. This was exactly 92 tons of black iron spirit metal. 92 tons. After daily swallowing 92 tons of black iron spirit, the black iron spirits he had obtained in the winter the year before were almost gone. Luo Feng felt stressed. His internal world was just like a bottomless pit. While he didn't eat much every day, but he still required daily swallowing, the millions of tons of black iron spirits were almost gone. A year hadn't gone by, and it was almost all gone. Today is the day of the transformation. Luo Feng extended his right hand. The space around warped, engulfing 92 tons of black iron spirit. Shwa. The black iron spirit vanished. In the internal world, the surroundings were filled with gold fog. Even in the air, gold fog was all over. In mid-air, a fierce silhouette stopped suddenly. It was an enormous black-scaled golden horn beast. The beast looked at the pile of black iron spirit metal that appeared in the internal world. Its huge, dark golden pupils had a hint of glee. Hoo-hoo. The pile of black iron spirit seemed like it vaporized into a thick golden fog, its mass shrinking gradually. The surrounding golden fog got thicker and thicker. In about 5 minutes or so, the 92 tons of black iron spirit had completely vanished. Rumble. The internal world had massive tremors. The golden fog which had engulfed both land and air covered everything, shrouding the entire internal world. A large amount of the fog swiftly solidified, becoming another part of the land, making the land grow bigger and bigger. An indefinite amount of time passed. Everything stopped. The golden fog which had covered everything flowed in the wind, floating to outside the internal world, floating to high up in the air above the land. All that was left some of the golden fog which entered the golden horn beast body. The golden horn beast body was crackling and growing gradually until it finally stopped. Its body had reached a total of 420 m. The area of the internal world had reached 40 kilometers. Its height was 40 kilometers. Only 40 kilometers and above was their golden fog. The black dragon ship, within the study. The golden horn beast has reached the star level 4. Luo Feng opened his eyes. They had a hint of glee. Using the black iron spirits may have been a great expense, but the speed was much faster. During the growth of his internal world, the first 3 levels are the fastest. The middle 3 levels have a greater difficulty and the last 3 levels are the hardest. Finally, the breakthrough from level 9 and entering the new level altogether, the amount of time needed is the combination of all the levels before. From star level 1 to 3, normal evolution, 1 year is enough. Level 3 to 6, normal evolution, requires 6 years, Every level requires about 2 years. Level 6 to 9 requires 36 years. Every level requires about 12 years. And from the star level 9 to the universe level 1 required more than 50 years. It was obvious. The final step was the hardest of all. And this is the golden horned beast. If it was other races, the difficulty was hard to imagine. Nighttime. Luo Feng sat in the living room, watching television, accompanying his wife and sons. Luo Feng, why aren't you training today? Have you come to accompany me and watch television? Su Xin was hugging the smaller son on her lap, smiling. I'm keeping you company. Tomorrow I'll be getting ready to leave and deal with some business. I'll probably be gone a while this time. Luo Feng said. Deal with business? How long? Su Xin couldn't help but ask. Probably about a month. Luo Feng said. That long? Su Xin was shocked. Right now on Earth, what matter could take up so much of Luo Feng's time? Luo Feng clearly remembered what Babada had said to him before. His destination this time was 320,000 light-years away from Earth. It was a bustling, strong planet, the Dragon Star. It was a super planet that was hundreds and thousands of times more bustling than the Silver Blue Empire. It was a place for warriors to gather. It was also a place within the universe where the upper echelons of people with status like to visit. That kind of place had a lesser number of brutal and uncivilized incidents, a much safer place. Of course, the prerequisite was money and status. Otherwise, one didn't even have the right to even enter. Dragon Star. Luo Feng pondered. Luo Feng, leaving for a month. Where are you going? Su Xin couldn't help but ask.